We're back, and our first guest, as I said, is Miriam Bear, and she has bear photography. And I want to hear about this bear photography. You have your own business?
I do. It started off as like a vision. I was at home. My husband was deployed. I had nothing else better to do. I'd just gotten out of the military myself.
Oh my gosh.
So, I saw something in a photo that I'd taken, and I had to push through with it. So,
you just excited yourself, didn't you?
I blew my mind. Honestly, I blew my own mind. I was always intrigued with photography ever since I was in high school. But I mean, I came from a family where if you didn't necessarily need it, you weren't gonna get it.
Oh, that's
so it was. I mean,
mine too.
Yeah, it was okay. But like I said, my husband was deployed. I was at home with the kids. I really had nothing better to do other than take care of the babies. So I needed a side hobby, and that became my side hobby that turned into a business.
No, but what actually hit you that made you say photography?
I was out at the range with my unit. I was a military police officer, so we had training going on, and I took a photo, and it was action. I had caught rounds coming out of the chamber of the pistol, and that was it. That was I had to do photo. That was,
oh my gosh. Did you bring that picture today?
I didn't actually.
Okay, but that's so exciting. And when you were younger, you didn't have any particular thing you thought you wanted to do?
I knew I wanted to go into law enforcement, and I did my 6 years as a military police officer, and I had these children that, to me, I couldn't fathom, not coming home at night to them. So I decided to do something different with my life, and it's photography.
That's so wonderful, and the fact that you now have a business of photography. Yeah. I see a lot of photographers, but very few of them have their own business.
I do. We have something that not very many businesses offer. We do event on-site printing. So for me, I do rodeos, anything equestrian, and we're able to go out there, have our printers on site, have my editor have a green screen also, to where when I'm done with that SD card, my editor runs it through a quick sharpening. The cowboys, the cowgirls, whatever, they can come over and go, hey, I want to see my images. Can you pull them up? We pull them up. They're able to print, view, even do digitals right then and there.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I bet that would be a lot of fun to do the rodeo because of the animals and everything. Because I'm a horse lover anyway, so that would excite me to do something like that too.
It's fun and it's action.
So you don't have an actual business in a place.
We're just
take
mobile.
Your business to them.
We're mobile.
How exciting! That's really great. I know that you're supposed to brought some pictures today, and let's look at a few of them.
I did.
Okay, Mike. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
That is actually a photo of my husband and I. I had a vision, and photography for me starts out with vision. So I had a vision, and I made it come to life.
Oh my! You can see the emotion in that photograph. My gosh, that is beautiful. That's really. Oh.
That is my oldest. She is 5, and I took that photo a couple months ago, and it's just sat there. And I saw something, and I did something with it last night.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. She's a precious little angel like your other little angel. Okay, I can see. Okay. Oh, horse is what I was talking about. Oh, man. I do paint horses. So I appreciate that very much. That's not easy to do. Horses are not easy to paint.
Oh, it's fun.
But it is fun.
It's fun.
So was this taken at the rodeo or something?
This was taken at a Les Vaugh clinic. He's a very phenomenal cowboy within the rodeo world, and he had a clinic out there in Kingsburg, Dinuba area, and I went out there and I shot it. And this writer, his name is Tom, and he is phenomenal. Him and his horse, they work together. They're a team, and that was that photo right there to me shows it all. They're a team.
It sure does. Well, you know, people wonder why we're so close with the animals, dogs and cats and horses especially. But they don't realize that we're all sharing the same mind.
Yeah.
So it's God's mind, and we can be really close with them because we can feel how they feel, and really get close to animals.
So this one is Pine Flat, late at night.
Wow. Is it lit up like that?
Yes, it was one of the nights where we were going when they were letting the water out. My friend and I had went up there, and we were messing around with long exposure, and that image is actually an image of over 20 images stacked together. Between the stars, the dam, the lights, the water, everything, just to get that into what I call one of my agricultural masterpieces. Probably isn't, but to me that's Pine Flat, and that's what feeds and fuels our Central Valley.
Well, now, from what you're saying, I get the impression that maybe you do something to change, like go into the computer and
yes, that one. In order to do a long exposure, your shutters open for 30 seconds up to a minute. Well, it starts to blur out lights. It brings them in. So what you have to do is, for me, I had to focus on astro. So we had to go up, shoot up towards the stars, and focus on getting those aligned. So then that's one set. Then you have to focus on bringing those lights in. So that's two. And you can't move your camera. You just move your focal point. And it's all kinds of settings that gets changed, and you bring it in and you stack it in.
I can see how you love it. That is so creative.
It's vision.
That is so beautiful. I was wondering how anybody could get that good a picture of Pine Flat. Wow. Oh, look at this.
That was taken in July out at Florence.
Mm-hmm.
It's way back, way past Shaver. It's like 2 hours off a beaten path to Shaver, and my husband told me, turn around and look at the sky. And looking forward, I didn't see what was behind me. So I turned around and I looked at the sky, and that's the sky. That's everything right there.
Oh, God. I know. I've seen some of the most beautiful skies, and I think, this is something I hope I remember all my life. Like, nobody can take that away from you when you see something so beautiful, and it just touches you. So those are great. Is that the last one you brought in?
That is the last one. But I do have one more. So I was mentioning on-site printing. So we showed the photo of Tom. This is my printer. It's exact high-quality on-site event printing printer. So it's exactly how it looks coming out of my printer.
Oh, my Lord. How lucky you are. Boy, that is so beautiful. You could just see his personality in that, too. It's the way he holds himself and everything. That is gorgeous. And that sky, did you have to do something with a sky like that?
I had to actually go in, and the way that I had done it was, I don't know if he wants to bring it back up at all.
That's all right. We've got it here.
But I pulled in the contrast, made it real contrasty, and then ended up kind of cloning in some of the dirt down here up, and then bringing the sky down just a little bit.
But was the sky like that?
This portion was up here.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful. This. Oh, you got it up there again. He's so great. Anyway, this is just wonderful. So, what do you plan to do with your life? You want to build this business, or what do you want to do?
I want to continue to build it up and stay home with my kids. And when my husband's home, he can watch the babies, and I can go do photography.
When is he due home?
My husband's actually home. I started
home.
this 2 years ago when he was deployed.
Oh.
So right now, I mean, he's still in the military, and he still has to give up a couple weekends. But for the most part, I mean, I enjoy what I do, and I want to keep doing it. It's vision.
Were you in the Army?
Yes, I was in the Army.
And that's very interesting that you'd be in the police work. I like that. That's great.
Well, I told you it was going to shock you.
Well, I was in the Air Force.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I did cryptography, worked in the sub-basement of Pentagon.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and we're going to get a big surprise because they're doing lots of things for veterans right now.
They are.
And I find that people, what is funny, my husband and I were in the same time, and he always wears his military hat. You know, he goes around everybody saying, "Oh, thank you for your service." And even if I wear the hat, nobody says anything to me. And I said, "What are you doing? You're a woman. You were in that should be. There's so many women in the service. Why should that surprise them?"
I think back then, I mean, even today, histories, you know, it changes over the course. And I think back then it was almost unheard of to hear of a female in the military.
That's
Whereas
true.
nowadays it's very prominent.
Especially right now, they ride out in battle, doing battles and things.
Yep.
They're brave. I'm too much of a coward for that. I want to stay well. Okay, honey. So where can they get you to take pictures?
So you can view my Facebook page, which is Bear Photography, or Bear Photography, and my website is www.mbearphotography.com. My pricings, everything right there are listed. The only thing that is not listed is events. Events are a little harder to list price-wise because I do run a team.
Yes,
And then you can also find me on Instagram, although I don't really post on Instagram.
So your team, how did you get them together?
My best friend. My best friend she's my ride or die, as I call her. I think if I jumped off a bridge, she would follow me. I really do. I needed help, and she decided that was it. She was gonna do it. She had nothing else to do, and she was gonna dedicate all her time to me to teach her everything that I knew.
Oh my gosh,
So
how beautiful.
it's a team of 4 girls, 4 females, and my husband, who never expected to be part of this. So it's 1, 4, 5,
Okay,
it's 5
well,
of us.
Write down that. I'm going to have her say one more time what her, what do you call it?
Social media platform.
No, just the name of your
Oh.
name of your business. She's
My-
going to give you that one more time, and if you get a piece of paper and pencil, write it down, because this is beautiful photography, and to have this team do something for you was really wonderful. So give them the one more time.
You can find me at www.mbearphotography.com or on my Facebook page, Bear Photography.
Fantastic. And I tell you what, we like our people to come back. So if you have another event or something that you want to talk about,
I have a couple.
will you come back?
Yes, I will.
That'll
in a
be
heartbeat.
wonderful. We'll be so glad. I'm so
was
glad
nice to
you
meet you.
came in. Yes, thank you, honey. We'll be right back.